Section 2 of the Hebrew Grammar of Strack. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For further information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Hebrew Grammar by Herman L. Strack. Translated by A. R. S. Kennedy. Section 2. Chapter 5. Shewa and Chatef. 1. Shewa quiescens simplex. Sign of the entire absence of a vowel stands in the middle of a word under every audible consonant that closes a syllable. For example, darko, mavdil, but matzata. See Chapter 10c better. Note: for shewa in a loosely shut syllable, see Chapter 12q. At the end of a word, 1. When the word ends in kaf or in two consonants. Lach, baruch, amart, nerd, at. But with aleph final, see Chapter 10c alpha, chet, wayar. 2. In old, especially Spanish manuscripts, and in some printed texts, not uniformly however, in the second singular feminine perfect of the verbs tertier he and tertier aleph, for example, bear, prince, vökarat, Genesis 16:11, and though feminine, callest, gilit, Jesaja 57:8, though feminine, hast uncovered. 2. Shewa mobile simplex, vocal shewa. The shortest vowel, only, as it were, a slight vocalic glide, must be employed when the first consonant, except ahacha, of a syllable of a word, has no longer a vowel of its own. Pene, ameda, yachperu, me alumim. 3. Chatef. In order to indicate distinctly the vocalic nature of shewa mobile, it has uniformly added to it under gutturals, rarely with other consonants, the sign of one of the three short vowels. Patach, shegol, kames. Shewa compositum or chatef. Especially common is chatef patach. See kevor and avor, tsarka and sahaka, under other consonants, particularly when a consonant is repeated in the middle of a word and the first is entitled to shewa mobile. Erarah, sorarai, halalu, for hal-lulu. Chapter 6f. Sometimes, too, under resh before the tone. Baruchu, and after waw copulativum, uzahav, Genesis 2:12. Much less common are chatef shegol, especially under aleph, emor, Elohim, and chatef kames, ani, sari. Chatef serves besides in the middle of many words to facilitate the pronunciation of gutturals that would otherwise be quite vowelless. Yehzak, yehezak. See further Chapter 10a4. Before shewa we find instead of chatef the corresponding vowel. It is, however, only a helping vowel and does not form a syllable. See Chapter 12p. For example, Ya'amod, plural, Ya'amdu, Yechezak, plural, Yechezku, Pa'ali, Pa'alka. Chapter 6. Dagesh, Mapik, Rafe. Dagesh Lene, a point placed in the bosom of a letter, is used with the 6 letters Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pe, Tau, Begat Kefat. When these are not immediately preceded by a vowel, a Sheva mobile, a Chatef, or a loosely closed syllable, chapter 12q, for example, Katavti, Yichtov, Kavda. Hence, after a conjunctive accent, see chapter 7e, Pune to home, after a distinctive accent, on the other hand, Otoki, Genesis 2:3, Ishaki, Genesis 2:23. Note: many manuscripts place Dagesh Lene, according to chapter 2a, in all other consonants as well. It is, however, indefensible on the part of Baer to place Dagesh Lene, apart from Begat Kefat, only one after gutturals with Sheva quiescens, for example, Psalm 10:1, Ta'lim for Ta'lim. Second, when a word begins with the same consonant with which the immediately preceding word ends. For example, Genesis 14:23, Im Mihut, Psalm 9:2, Bechol Libi. And even in these cases, Baer is not consistent. See H. L. Strack, Theologische Literaturzeitung, 1879, number 8, column 174. The point, usually called Mapik, which indicates that he at the end of a word is to be sounded as a consonant, is also a Dagesh Lene. Dama, pronounce Dama. Damah, Mapik, is found 4 times in Aleph. First, Genesis 43:26, Vayavi'u. Dagesh Forte, in form the same as Dagesh Lene, is the sign of the doubling of a consonant. Yammim in Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kof, Pe, Tau is served also as Dagesh Lene. Yipparet, out of Yehinparet. Yitten, out of Yinten. Dagesh Forte is alpha, either Dagesh Essential or Dagesh Forte Necessarium, when it is conditioned by the grammatical derivation of the form, that is, particularly when it occurs in the second of 2 consonants originally found in the form Yamim for Yamim, Hillel for Hillel, Hishbati for Hishbatti, Natati for Natanti. Better, or so-called Dagesh Forte Euphonicum, for example, when a single consonant has been doubled from considerations of euphony, or when it is intended to indicate the vocalic nature of the Sheva, Sheva mobile. Examples, chapter 25, CE. On the different varieties of Dagesh Forte Euphonicum, see Baer, to be read with criticism, Liber Proverbiorum, 1880, page 10 to 14, 15, König, 1, 53 to 60. Note: Dagesh Forte Necessarium is not written 1 in a vowelless final consonant, for example, gan, stem, ganan, concerning the lengthening which in such a case generally enters by way of compensation. See chapter 11e. Exceptions: at, natat. 2 in gutturals, when often compensation lengthening, chapter 10a1. 3 frequently in a number of consonants with schwa mobile, especially waw, yod, lamet, mim, nun, kof, and particularly before gutturals, the sibilants. Examples: yivrim, plural of yiver, hayvusi, chapter 17, vayhi, vaychal, always with yod as prefix of the imperfect after waw consecutivum, chapter 64f. Halalu, chapter 5d, for halelu, lamnaseach, hineni, yiktu, bikshu, chapter 60b, kiso from kisse, yisu, yisu, milom for mileom, Genesis 25:23, mishmane for mishemane, Genesis 27:28, 39, mikse for mikkse, minkse, Genesis 8:3, 47:2. Rafe, that means soft. A horizontal stroke over the letter indicates its softer pronunciation. In printed editions of the scriptures, Rafe is almost exclusively confined, not always consistently however, to cases where it is meant to indicate that the absence of a dagesh or a mapik is intentional. In many manuscripts, also over Begat Kefat, in all cases where these letters have no dagesh. Chapter 7. The accents. In addition to the vowel signs, each word, except when joined to the following by Makef, chapter 8b, is furnished with one of the small signs which from their significance, now in more than one respect lost to us, for a chanting of the sacred texts have been named accents. We have here to treat of them: A as signs of tone, B as signs of interpunction. A as signs of tone. Most of the accents stand beside the syllable that has the main tone or stress. For example, bara Elohim and kara laila. 2 are found at the beginning of the word without regard to the position of the tone, accentus praepositivi. Yutiv esem, Genesis 2:23, and Telisha Gedolah haares, Genesis 1:30. 4 at the end, accentus postpositivi. Segolta, harakia, Genesis 1:7, Pashta, Laor, Genesis 1:5, Sarkar, Vayomer, Genesis 2:23, and Telisha Ketana, Vayiser, Genesis 2:7. In words that do not have the tone on the last syllable, a second pashta is placed over the toned syllable. Tohu, Genesis 1:2, but Genesis 1:5, Laor. Note, Bear, without sufficient authority, also repeats Segolta, Sarka, and the 2 Telishas, wherever these accents have otherwise not entitled to stand on the tone syllable. Shamata and Ishtecha, Genesis 3:11. Haares, Genesis 1:30. Vayiven, Genesis 2:22, instead of Shamata, Ishtecha, Haares, and Vayiven. B. A sign of interpunction. A distinction is made between disjunctive, distinctivi, masters, and conjunctive accents, conjunctivi, servants. The latter, indicating the close connection of their word with the following one, have all equal value for the understanding of the sentence. It is only for public cantillation of the sacred text that they have different values, one conjunctive demanding one height or modulation of the tone, another another. If, on the other hand, a disjunctive is immediately repeated, the first has the greater disjunctive value. Genesis 21:6, 22:8. In the same way, the first of the two conjunctives standing together has the greater connecting power. 1. Greatest disjunctives. Siluk, under the tone syllable of the last word in every verse, always followed by sof pasuk, the sign of the end of the verse. Atnach divides the verse into two halves. Elohim, Genesis 1:1. In short verses, this is often done by certain other accents. Genesis 1:13, 19:23. Segulta, postposition. In longer verses, the main divider before Atnach. Always after Sarka. Harakia, Genesis 1:7, also Genesis 1:28, 2:23, and often. 2. Great disjunctives. Sakev katon, we find instead Sakev gadol, first when the first accent in the verse, Genesis 3:10, Vayomer, or half verse, Genesis 2:20, Uladam, but V'ha'adam, Genesis 4:1. Secondly, immediately after another Sakev, Genesis 2:9, Hagan v'es, see Genesis 1:14 and often. But Shunehem vayediu, Genesis 3:7. Revia often forms subdivisions in the Sakev sections. Elohim, Genesis 1:9, 14. 3. Small disjunctives. Pashta, postposition. La'or, Genesis 1:5, repeated when the word is not accented on the last syllable. Tohu, Genesis 1:2. For Pashta, Yetiv, preposition, when no conjunctive precedes and the tone rests on the first consonant. Esem, Genesis 2:23. Af, Genesis 3:1. Tifra, the disjunctive next before Atnach and Siluk. Bereshit, Hashamayim, Genesis 1:1. Tevir, Elohim, Genesis 1:4. Sarka, postposition, always before Segulta. Elohim, Genesis 1:7. 4. Smallest disjunctives. Geresh or Asla, Hamayim, Genesis 1:21. Instead, double Geresh when the last syllable is accented and the conjunctive Kadma does not precede. Puri, Genesis 1:21. leur armée, always before revia, et sève, Genesis 1:29. Paser, haromesset, instead 16 times carne phara, always after the conjunctive galgal. Vihoshua bin Nun, Joshua 19:51. Telisha Gedolah, great Telisha, prepositional, Deshe, Genesis 1:12. 5. Conjunctive accents. Merucha, eat, Genesis 1:1, instead 14 times double Merucha. Lo Yayin, Genesis 27:25. Munach, Bara, Genesis 1:1. Darga, especially before Tevir. Wayari, Genesis 1:4. Kadma, especially before Geresh. Yikavu, Genesis 1:9. Mahpach, Ben, Genesis 1:7. Telisha Ketana, small Telisha, postpositional. Wayiven, paroxytonon, Genesis 2:22. 6. Rare accents are Shalshelet, with following pesik, for example, Waima'in, Genesis 39:8. One of the greatest disjunctives, only 7 times in the 21 books. Further, the conjunctives Galgal, 16 times before Karne Farah, and Me'aila, 16 times before Adnach or Siluk, generally to indicate the secondary tone. Wayise nach, Genesis 8:18. 7. 3 of the 24 books, that is, of the Old Testament, which is Psalms, Job, and Proverbs, have a different system of accentuation, generally called the metrical accents. In this there are 11 disjunctives, sinor postpositivum, deci prepositivum, 8 conjunctives, and 1 underservant. The disjunctives are, besides Siluk, Ole Vöjoret, halves larger verses, Roshaim, Psalm 1:1. Adnach, halves smaller verses, Psalm 1:4, and in longer verses the part following Ole Vöjoret, Psalm 1:1. Great Revia, Ha'ish, Psalm 1:1. Sino, postpositional, Halach, Psalm 1:1. Small Revia, immediately before Ole Vöjoret, Adonai, Psalm 1:2. Revia Muraj, that is, Revia with Geresh, before Siluk. V'Hataim, Psalm 1:5. Great Shalshelet, Uchvodi, Psalm 7:6. Dechi, prepositional, Chataim, Psalm 1:1. Paser, Bekar'i, Psalm 4:2. Le Garmé, either Mehupak, Le Garmé, Aneni, Psalm 4:2, or Asla Le Garmé, Adonai, Psalm 5:9. The conjunctives are Merecha, Munach, Iluch, Yitten, Psalm 1:3, Galgal, Tarcha, V'derech, Psalm 1:6, under the accented syllable, hence easily to be distinguished from Dechi, Mahpach, Asla, Shalshelet, Yeshu'ata, Psalm 3:3, only 8 times. In addition, an underservant, Sinorit, in an open syllable before Merucha and Mahpach. Yomam, Psalm 1:2, Kuma, Psalm 3:8. Chapter 8. Metek, Makef, Pesik. Metek, bridle, a small perpendicular line beneath the letters, thus same form as Siluk, generally to left of the accompanying vowel, indicates the secondary tone, especially 1, in the second syllable before the tone when the syllable is open. Ha'adam, Genesis 2:15. Inichem, Genesis 3:5. If the syllable in question is closed, then metek stands in the third or even in the fourth syllable before the tone. Umehelvehen, Genesis 4:4. Ha'arbaim, Genesis 18:29. Second, with long vowels when followed by schwa mobile and by the tone. Hayuta, Teoldot, Yeshufcha. Distinguish accordingly between Chachma and Chachma. 3. Before Chatef in open or open syllables. Ya'ale, He'ela, Ma'amat, Soakim, Genesis 4:10, Yuzahav, Genesis 2:12. For Waw copulativum, chapter 46, 1 and 2 do not hold good, hence Ul Adam, Uvanot, Urvu, Genesis 1:22. Makef, a small horizontal stroke on the level with the top of the consonants, unites 2 to 4 words connected in sense more closely than is done by the serval accents, by making them one word as regards pronunciation and tone. Especially common with Makef are el, to, et, with, or sign of the determinative accusative. Call, totally, al, on, pen, lest, see the Greek proclitics, min, from, has always Makef. Et kol pene, Genesis 2:6, ki erom, Genesis 3:10, metek according to chapter 8a1. Ve'et kol asher lo, Genesis 12:20. Pesik or pasek, stopper, a perpendicular line between 2 words, prevents 2 logically connected words from being pronounced too quickly in succession, as if they formed but a single word. Pesik is chiefly found 1. When the first word ends with the same consonant with which the following begins. Ha-chaya, ha-rumeset, Genesis 1:21. 2. When a word is repeated. Yom, yom, Genesis 39:10. 3. With the names of deity to secure a consciously reverent pronunciation. Elohim et, Genesis 1:27, to prevent the M being carried over to the following et, which would result in the word met, dead, being heard. Elohai Rasha, Psalm 139:19. After Begat Kefat, take Dagesh, even when preceded by a conjunctive accent. For example, Asu Kala, Genesis 18:21, Munach. Chapter 9. Kire en Ketiv. In not a few passages of the Holy Scriptures, a reading different from that furnished by the consonantal text was, for various reasons, traditional. Attention is called to these differences in printed editions and in most manuscripts by the consonants of the new reading, the curé, usually but falsely keri, being placed in the margin while the vowels belonging thereto are added to the original reading in the text, the ketiv, which remains unchanged, only the so-called circellus masoreticus being added as a mark of reverence. Genesis 8:17 we find in the text haf se, on the margin hai se kure, that is, instead of a traditional consonant hiv tse, which would have been pronounced ho tse, we have here to read hai tse. In the case of a few words of frequent occurrence, the marginal note and the mark of reference have been dispensed with, so-called curae perpetuum. Who, she, only in Pentateuch, curae, he, ketiv, hu. Jerusalem, nomen proprium, curae, Jerusalem, ketiv, Jerusalem. Yishachar, nomen proprium, curae, Yishachar. Ketiv, doubtless, Yishsachar. Na'ara, maiden, only in Pentateuch, curae, Na'ara, ketiv, Na'ar. The numerical forms Shunem, Shutem, chapter 39, E3, are without doubt to be pronounced Shune, Shute. Ketiv, then Shunayim, Shutayim. The divine name Yod He Waw He, the proper pronunciation of which seems to be Yahweh, owing to his utterance being considered unlawful, has the vowels of Adonai, only Sheva for Chatef. Hence, Yehwa, in the same way with Min, chapter 44, Mehwa, Me Adonai, but after the prefixes B, K, L, Waw, Ba Adonai, Ka Adonai, La Adonai, Wa Adonai. See chapter 10, C4. Read either Ba Adonai, etc., or Be Yahweh, etc. Should Adonai stand immediately beside Iota He Waw He, the latter receives the vowels of Elohim. For example, Elohim Adonai, Psalm 109:21. End of section 2.